Hello, hello. Let's see, I'm in the group trying to see if this is live. There it is. Okay, so I still don't have much of a voice. I am still drinking from my Seahawks cup. Some throat comfort with a little bit of honey in there, hoping this will go away. But last Sunday we screamed our heads off at the Seahawks game, and this is the result. So, okay, so I did a sneak peek of what I'm gonna paint today, which is a little snow globe bunny. And I like doing these ones because it shows you how to assemble it, because it's not the simplest thing. But I've got a new technique to try out to do that, and that is with using this vellum paper. So I got it on Amazon and it was pretty cheap. But we'll see how that turns out. I've never done it before, so you're gonna try it with me. So I'm gonna paint that. You also need lights. These are, I think they were 20 count. And if you do order this, it does come with the lights. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So I've got trying a new setup. I have a new light coming on Monday, I guess. So hopefully that'll help so that the recordings are a little better and you can see things better. I looked at the last one and it was kind of hard to see what I was doing because it was far away. So hopefully that won't be the case this time. I do have it up on my iPad so I can hopefully see that. So what else you'll need is you would need a glue gun if you're putting this together. Obviously your regular glue, whatever you like to use. I use art glitter glue for most of my stuff. Sometimes I use stick fast. You can use super glue. You can even use wood glue. That will just take longer to dry. So anyways, I figured we'd just get right into it. Hopefully you can hear me. If you have questions, ask. If you're watching on the replay, comment replay. And yeah, if you have any questions throughout, just ask. And even if it's on the replay, and I'll get back to you. This isn't listed yet, but I will be getting it listed. I wanted to get a photo of it completed first. Yeah, so I'll show you all the pieces and everything, but I have to flip this camera and hopefully my internet will cooperate. It just flashed slow connection, but we're trying these hubs and I don't know if they're actually working. I actually don't know if my phone's even on it. That might help, but nobody else is home, so hopefully the internet will cooperate with us. We live in the sticks, so you kind of just gotta work with what you get. Okay, so bear with me while I turn this camera around. I'm gonna put you so it's facing down. Okay. Go figure this would happen. Hi, Holly. Good morning. I can see one comment. Okay. Let's see. This is way behind, but I'm just going to keep going and hopefully you'll be able to watch the video later. I did start a YouTube, so I'll be able to upload these to YouTube since Facebook only lets you have it for 30 days. So you'll be able to go back and reference these later. But let's see. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is separate some of my pieces here. I just use painter's tape for that. So these are the little pieces of the feet. These are all going to be in a pink color. And then I think I'm going to do, the nose will probably be the same color. I think I'm going to do the bunny gray. I just think that'll be best for this. And then I'm not sure about those yet. Okay. So we'll do that on there. He's got his little glasses. I don't know what color to do those. Okay, I'm gonna put these on here so I don't lose them. Excuse me, I sound like I have a frog in my throat. I really thought it'd be better by now, but it is not. Okay, so this is the base, and I'll show you. You glue these two pieces together so it makes it a little thicker. Okay, so we got our eggs. I'm just gonna set these to the side. Okay, so you can see this has holes in it. This is so you'll be able to see the light through. And then there's the back piece, and there's the two spacers. So that's to give you enough room when you put the lights in there, when you glue them down. So you have plenty of room there. Sorry, I gotta take my sweatshirt off. Having a hot flash. It's usually freezing down here, but okay, so one of them you'll see. So if you don't want it super thick, you could remove one of them, but you'll want to use this one for sure because this is the piece that goes into the base. And it fits snugly, so that's nice. And then one of the things that's nice about this is that it has the dots, so we know where to glue our lights. So when I was doing this previously, I was gluing the lights to the back of this and putting them in each of those. But this time I'm gonna be able to glue the lights to here, and the vellum will help diffuse the light, so it's not a huge deal if it's like not lined, it's not like right in the hole. So that'll be nice and hopefully a little quicker than it was previously, because it does take a while to glue those lights down. And you'll also, well, I'll show you when I get there, I guess. These things are finger protectors. You can get these at, this one is from the Dollar Tree. I have big hands, so it's a little snug. But I ordered some on Amazon, and they were really cheap. It was like $4 for a whole bunch of them, I think, and you could probably get a smaller bundle, but these are to protect your finger from the hot glue. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is put that off to the side, and then I'm gonna start with my base, the background. So on this, I just marked that with a pencil on accident. The only parts you're gonna have to paint is the background. I'm gonna do mine like a teal blue, a light teal blue, and then this part, that's the base of the snow globe, but everything else is going to be covered up because you can see where the lines are where you put all the rest of your pieces. So let's see, I'm doing this one. I don't know if I named it that. My paint's kind of random. So this is just a light blue, light teal color. That's probably enough. And then if you've watched any of my videos, you know I paint probably like 99% of my stuff with makeup wedges, and you can reuse them. I'll show you as I go through. I just get these on Amazon. They're fairly cheap. I'm terrible about, oh yeah, let's try it. Let's see. Hopefully that's better. I know that's the problem I'm having with, it's hard with the stand that I have for my phone, and being able to see what I'm painting. So I'm getting a new stand, so hopefully you'll be able to see it better, and it will be also out of the way while I'm painting. Okay, so hopefully that's better. Let me know if it needs to come down further. I haven't been doing lives for very long, so I don't have a fancy setup like some of these people. Man, they got the like picture that shows them and then picture that shows what they're painting, which is super cool. I don't even know how to do that. Shoot, I'm just trying to figure out how to do this group, and it wasn't too bad trying to set up YouTube, but we'll see how that goes. And there's a little dog hair in there. So this is MDF. It's 1/8 inch. So your project, when you get all the layers together, it will be decently thick, but not too crazy. But I love painting this because the coverage is so nice and it's smooth. And instead of like plywood, which I do some of my projects in plywood. I usually do door hangers and stuff in plywood. Or like porch leaners, the top pieces I do plywood. But it has such good coverage. So I probably won't need a second coat on this one. Let's see. My video is like way behind on my iPad. Sorry. Okay. Trying to get it in there. It doesn't seem to matter what I do. I always get a little dog hair in any of my projects. We have 2 huskies. One's a husky Malamute mix, and she never stops shedding. It's insane. Even in the winter, she's still shedding. Okay, so I'm gonna call that good. I think I'm gonna do, I don't know. I might do this like a stain, the faux stain look. Okay, so for that, I've been using, this is called Oak Creek. This is actually a bear paint color from Home Depot. So that's one you could find if you wanted to. But, I mean, any brown that you have, I'm all about using what I've already got. But if you use a baby wipe and dip it a little in the brown paint, it kind of gives that faux stain look without having to use stain. Now you could probably use a water, I have a water-based stains. You could probably use that on there, but. So I'm gonna just do there, and then I'm gonna go up a little higher because this does have holes in it, so you might see through there if I didn't cover that a little bit. Okay, so there's that. And I'll let that finish drying. Okay, so I'll put that to the side. And while I have my baby wipe out, I'm gonna go ahead and do the base. So this is, you only have to do one of these. The other one, you're gonna glue it to it so you won't see it. So I usually do my bases like this with the faux stain look, or I do black. Okay, so then those will get glued together. Okay, let's get to our bunny. So I've been doing a lot of things with pop-outs. So like these I attached, so when they come off my laser bed, it's a lot easier for me to pick them up. And that, and then I also sand things. So it's a lot easier for me to sand it when it's all stuck together instead of trying to do each little tiny piece. So these I'm going to do all the same color, and I'm going to go with a lighter pink, and then I'll use either a darker pink paint, or I have these distress crayons. I use those to go around the edges and kind of give it a little definition. Okay, so you can use any kind of paint. I like to use flat. I started out using chalk paint, and I still have a lot of chalk paint. I still use it occasionally, but since I've been doing classes and things like that, I've paint matched a lot of the colors that I like to use. Because I can get it in a bigger quantity. It's more cost efficient for me. But you can definitely use the little Deco Arts, or even they have the chalk paint. Like this is from Waverly from Walmart. I used to get this brand, the Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint from not Michael's, but from Joann's, which is obviously gone. And I think they still have it at Michael's, but I don't really go there very often. Sometimes I go to Hobby Lobby, but I don't know. I order a lot of stuff off Amazon because we live so far out. It takes me at least 30 minutes to get to, probably 30 to 40 minutes to get to a craft store. So if I can order on Amazon, I'm probably going to do that. Okay, I haven't decided on the glasses. So those are done. So yeah, this pink is just, it's a paint match from one of the chalk paints. But I'm sure there's a lot of, I know that Decor has a million freaking colors, so you could probably find something similar. Okay, so now I have my Benny. And I'm gonna do him in a really light gray color. I can't believe it's already Friday. This week's flown by. Okay. So I just dab it. Oh, you can see there's a little bit of ick in that. And then if you don't need a lot, you can kind of dab off to the side and offload that paint. For this, I needed decent coverage, so I just kind of dip it in and go. And I just go over the whole thing. And if you're really light on the edges, you can get good coverage but not go over the edge. Some people just paint the edges. I like to just try to keep them clean and leave them the brown. It would take way too long to try to cover all the edges. Okay, so for this one, this is going to be covered up, so you don't necessarily need to paint that, because this is where those little eggs are going to be. Looks like I missed a little bit up here. Okay, so light coats are best instead of really glomming it on there. Sometimes in my workshops, I'm like, okay, less is more, but then people don't always listen and they got paint everywhere. And then especially with pieces that have to fit together, they get frustrated because then they're trying to fit them together and they don't necessarily fit back together right? Like if I got a lot of paint in here, I would have to clean it up to try to fit those ears back in. Okay. So leaving behind a little bit of something. Okay, so let that dry. And then this is the grass piece. And we'll see, I picked this color out. We'll see how it looks. Try to just use as little as I can. Okay, so for these, the best part is that you can just take a pair of scissors and clip it off, and then you have a fresh wedge again. Okay, so this is called Irish. It's a little kind of bright, but we can tone it down if it needs it. Sorry about my voice. Okay, this one I might need a second coat on it. So you can kind of see through it still. Just depends on the color, whether you need to do a second coat or not. Try to drink some of this tea. Okay, so I'm thinking about doing these pink, this same pink. Last snow globe I did pink in the middle, and then I did the like faux stain, but I think I'm gonna do the reverse this time. So with these ones, you will want to offload because you have these letters here, and you don't want to get paint in them if you can prevent it. Now I'll show you how to clean it out if you do get paint in there, but we'll see how I do. So I just dip it in there and then offload, and then try to keep a fairly light hand, because if you don't, you'll really press it in there. And you can always do 2 coats if you need it, instead of getting too much paint in there. I have so many new things I want to paint. I just haven't got to painting. I think this might be the first time I painted this week. Maybe earlier this week, I can't remember. The week flew by. It's crazy. Almost February. Okay, so what I use these, anything that has like a sharp, pointy end will work. You can see I've used these before, they got paint on them. But this is just like a push pin or whatever. And you can go in and just clean out your edges. I've seen some people just use this as like a tracer. You could go with like a paint marker and go over those if you want. It's just kind of up to your preference. Let's see. Or like I have some old scrapbooking tools. This one has a pointy for like weeding. Those are great tools to use as well. But if you have just push pins laying around or something like that, then use what you got. You don't have to buy things. Okay, so that will probably need a second coat. And then this one, this is the top piece. curious to, I've been thinking about doing one of these for a class, but I don't know. It'd have to be a small class so it could be more hands-on, where I could teach you how to do the lights. But that'd be okay. The place I do classes in town, they have a busy schedule though, so I waited too long to ask her about March. Oops. And so my Easter, like spring class won't be till the end of March, but that's okay. Okay, so I'll let that dry and then we'll go over it again. And then, let's see, I don't know, what color do you think I should do these? Black? Should I do the faux stain? I don't know. Green? I don't know. Could be any color. Let's see, I need some white. Hopefully you can hear me all right. Okay, so I'm gonna do these are little flowers. I'm gonna do them white, little daisies. And let's see. I have a whole bunch of leftover things I can cut down, makeup wedges. And if you need it to be smaller, you can even cut it again, which is nice. Usually I just keep it like this, but sometimes I cut them in half. So this one, you're gonna go over that center because you just can paint it back in later. Ooh, blue for the glasses? That'd be cute. The nice thing is that if you don't like it, you can always paint over it. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, we live in the Pacific Northwest in Washington, in a little town called Buckley. And last week we had, it was cold, but it was blue skies. It was so nice. And now we got rain again. But I know some people had some crazy weather. I would like some snow, but I don't think that's in our future this year, unfortunately. Sometimes, I mean, we've had snow in February, obviously. I think we've even had it in March, but usually by then it starts warming up. I think this week it's been in the 50s. Okay, so you can see I'm just using that pointy edge and going in there and cleaning it out. And you don't even have to do that necessarily for these because you're gonna paint in there, but I usually clean those out. Okay, I need to hit this with the pink again. I'm almost done painting all the pieces, and then I can start doing some of those accents. Another thing I should mention is that I use a 220 sandpaper if I need to sand anything. So like this kind of had some weirdness from the paint. So you can just hit it with that and smooth it back off. You just wipe it off. I wouldn't go above a 220 sandpaper for that though. That's what I sand most of my, especially the MDF with. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do a little dab of yellow in the middle of that. Oh, that needs to be He's shaking up. Excuse me. Oh, of course, I got a tickle. Excuse me. Okay. So for this, I would use a really fine paintbrush, or like these are eyeliner brushes. You can get them on Amazon. And they have a nice, really fine tip. Hopefully you can see that. So it's great for doing details, the little small things like this. You could also use a paint marker, but I think this is really easy. Sometimes the paint markers are a pain. And then you can even, I usually wipe these off. I'll just use the baby wipe and clean it off. Then I can reuse it. Sometimes this will come out, depending on, yeah, sometimes they're not glued in very well. But you can just clean that off, and now I can reuse it, which is nice. So they last longer. Okay. Should probably turn my glue gun on so that's ready. My pink's drying out. Whoop. Got like a weird texture on this because my paint is getting dry. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Almost forgot the eggs. Okay, for the eggs, let's see. I think I'm going to do purple for one. And just cut this off again. So I have this is another Home Depot Bear paint. It's called Unimaginable. So I just use scrap paper. You could even put it on this. This is just craft paper, but I would probably make a mess and have paint all over everything if I did that. But these are just like labels, backs of labels. Okay, so, gosh, I'm going to do one that color. It's kind of bright. That's okay, though. I haven't seen what's trending for spring colors. I should probably look. I have an event in March. And I'll do a lot of spring stuff. So I should probably check, see what's trending. Does anybody know? Okay, that's gonna be for something else. But let's see, what do you think? Yellow, maybe like a baby yellow. And I forgot you need to hit this again. Okay, I'm going to try this blue on the glasses and see if we like it. Might be, oh, it's decently dark. Oh, you probably can't see that, sorry. We'll see what it looks like when we put it together. We can always change it. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the other egg in just this like pale yellow color. And I'll cut this one. I want to add some stencils. I don't have any cut that'll go with this stuff, but it'd be fun to, like a chevron stencil or something for these. But I don't have any cut, so I'll have to look at that. I don't know if I like that. It's really bright. I might tone it down a little bit, mix some white in it, go over it again. Oop. I think that'll be better. Well, I might as well use this since it's here. It's already got paint on it. That's better. All right. Okay, those gotta dry. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go and start doing the kind of accenting on these things that are painted. Okay, so we did the back in this light teal. So I'm actually gonna go around with that blue and kind of blend it in the top. You can use baby wipes to clean up your edges if you need to. But I'm gonna use the same one that I used to paint the background and just add some darker blue to it. And I'm gonna offload it so it's not too heavy on there. And then I just like to go around with the makeup wedge on the edges and just kind of drag it. And slowly move that color in a little bit. Sorry if I got out of the camera there. It's like drying really quickly. Okay. So got a little too much there. You can just come in with your baby wipe and clean that off. And then I'm just gonna go around again on the other side. So you can dab it, you can swipe it. Just kind of depends on how much color you want to get on there. Some people use paint and float it like a tool painter, but I will admit I am not good at that yet. So I found this to be really easy, and it gives it dimension. And if you wanted, you could come in with the brush and a little water and like blend that further down, but I think I'll just leave it like that. Okay, let's see. Okay. So for my bunny, I'm gonna go around him with a little bit of black. You could do like a dark gray, but this time I'm gonna use these distress crayons. This is just their black one, and I use a makeup wedge for that. So I just put a little on the edge like that, and I just go around, same thing. Just kind of dab it on the edge. And I don't think I've talked about this before, but after you paint these, especially if you use the distress crayons, you probably want to go back, use a clear sealer on it. Oh, where's I moved my stuff around on the desk and now I can't find anything. Okay, so I like to use these Q-tips as well to clean things up. Where was that? Oh, that's just like a little lint or hair. Anyways, these are water-based, and so if you don't seal them, they could potentially rub off or run. And for some of my samples, I don't necessarily do that, but if you are wanting it to stay for a long time, you probably should. So I'm just gonna go around the edges of the feet. You don't have to put a lot on there to give it a little bit of dimension. It might be hard to tell in the video, I don't know. It's hard to get it in the right spot, sorry. I'll try to get better at this video. Okay, and then we have the eyes to fill in and the cheeks. I'm gonna do the cheeks first. I've been using this worn lipstick, and for the cheeks, I use one of these blending brushes. These are also from Amazon, and I just put a little on there. You can test it. The great thing, like I said, these are water-based, so if you get a little too much, you can always wipe it off with like a baby wipe. So yeah, I like this pink for things like this, or white, because it's lighter. I don't know, I don't really like the super rosy cheeks that the red distress cans will give you, but it's all about your preference, your personal preference. So, and then I can reuse this and do the eyes. Just need a little bit of black. Come out, there we go. So I do that first because if I don't and the eyeballs aren't dry, then I'll smear it. Ask me how I know. I have done that before. And it is so frustrating, especially when you're at the end of a project. I so appreciate these lines so I know where to dot things. It's way easier than trying to figure out where the eyes should go. Okay, so that part's done. I'm excited to get my new stand for my phone, so hopefully I can get a really good angle for you while I'm painting. Okay, so Bunny is ready. And I'm gonna, let's see. I think I might just use this same pink. You could use a darker pink paint if you wanted. To go around the ears and whatnot. But I'm just gonna use this Distress crayon since I already have it out. And these come in a pack usually if you buy them on Amazon. I think you can get them individually on the website, the Ranger, Jim Holtz Ranger, I think is the name. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I should probably move these. So you can just pick a side and just go around that. So. Okay. And you got the nose. Probably just go across the top for that. Might be easier once these are on to do this, glued on. See, I think I lost the buttons. What did I do with those? They got stuck over here. Okay, these ones I'm just gonna do that faux stain look. Is my baby wipe still wet? Okay. I think all my pieces are painted now. And start gluing it together. I guess I should do a little of that pink on these pieces. So I'll just go across the top for this. Okay, so we'll get this glued together and then I'll show you how to do the lights. Let's see. Oh, I didn't do the green on, like a darker green on this. Okay, for this I think I'm going to do paint. I don't really have a dark green distressed crayon to use. Got that. Okay, so just dip it in there, offload so it's barely coming off, and then I'm just gonna go around the tops of the blades of grass. think that's all you need to really do, because the rest of it you're not going to be able to see. Because your bunny's going to sit in there. Come down a little on the sides if you want. Or you don't have to do this at all, honestly. If you don't want to do all this extra, that's not working out. You can just paint it one solid color and put it together. You don't have to do all the decorative painting. But I like to keep it simple, so this way is pretty easy to do that. Okay, let's see here. So I think I'm gonna glue from the base up. Where'd my paint go? So like I said before, I use the art glitter glue. Dries clear. It's permanent. And it dries fairly fast, but not so fast that you can't move things. So you can put a little glue on your piece. I should have probably done it on the part that's going to glue down, but either way. And then, see, I still have some time to move it around. Just try not to put too much glue because then it will be slipping and sliding around. Okay, so for this piece, you want to line it up at the very top here. Because your grass is going to sit right on top of it. So right at the top of that base before it flares out to go for the globe part. Okay. And then that sits right on top of it. Not sure I love that green, but it is what it is. So you don't need a ton of glue. I just usually go swirl some around. Then it won't be squirting out the sides of your project. If you do have that, I just use a Q-tip and go around the edges and clean that glue off. Like I said, it does glue. I mean, it dries clear. And this is like matte, so it won't be super shiny, but you still might see it. Okay, and then I can put the ears in. Those just pop right back in there. Okay, let's see if we like the blue. What do you think? It's not bad. Guess we'll stick with it. So for this, I just dabbed it at little pieces on there, but you can also use your makeup wedge to put glue on. You can put a little glue on a piece of paper or whatever and dip your makeup wedge in it. Sometimes that's helpful for these smaller pieces so that your glue doesn't get all over the place. So like for this, I'm just going to do this on here because it'll dry fast. You can put a little bit of glue down, dip your makeup wedge in it, and then just tap it on your piece. It's kind of hard to see, but it is on there. And then you just put it on your bunny. Otherwise, you know, the glue might be leaching all over the place. Okay, let's see here. What's next? I think we have to do these, which I didn't go around with. I didn't do another color on them yet. Yeah, good suggestion. I like the blue. Uh-oh, dog's barking. Kevin might be home. Okay, I don't think I like that one. Let's see what this looks like. This is called Wilted Violet. They could just be barking at nothing though. Who knows? Okay, so I'm just gonna go around one side with that. So you can, I don't know if you can see this, but see the paint, you can kind of see my paintbrush strokes, which is another reason I like to use the makeup wedges. Oh, I think you might be home. Thought I heard a car. Yep. Okay, I better go tell him I'm on live. I'm on a live. What? I'm on my live thing. I don't know. I gotta. Okay. He works outside sales, so you know, you just never know when he's gonna be home. He's going out. We have a Airbnb at the entrance to Mount Rainier, and he's going out there today, so, but he's waiting for some things from Amazon. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna use, this one's called Wild Honey. I could use this paint though. It's just, this is easy too. So just gives it that like little shading. And somehow I got some other paint on this. Let's clean this off with my, okay. So you can, I don't know if you can see that, but it is water reactive. So this took that off when I wiped it with the baby wipes, so you can just go back around. Okay, so these have to go on before I can put the feet on. So I'm gonna do these. Okay. So those eggs go down first, and then your feet are gonna sit on top of it. Okay. And then let's see, should I do some polka dots on those? I wish I had cut some stencils. That would have been cute. But I didn't. Okay, so for polka dots, I just keep it simple. I use the end of a paintbrush, or you can use these are like dotting tools. I bought these for my paint parties because these are easier for people. But you can take whatever size you want and just dip it in some white paint and dot away. I'm just gonna do it like I would if you weren't putting the feet on, because I don't know exactly where the feet are gonna line up. You could probably do this after. I know the foot's gonna fit there, so I probably don't need one. Oh. See, the stencil will be good because they'd be more uniformed. Oh well. Now I'm getting crazy. Those are not the best polka dots, but okay, so I'm actually gonna wipe these off because they're gonna get covered up. And I don't want to stop that from gluing. Okay, and then we have our little button guys still. So I'm gonna do that. So for this, I'm just gonna put a little dab of glue down here. It's probably the easiest way to do it. And then stick them on there. Okay, let's see. And I think for the feet, they're just gonna go like that. I probably should have waited on those polka dots. Whoops. But guess what? I can just wipe it off because it's still wet. Okay, so for the feet, I'm just gonna put a little glue across the top part because the bottom piece isn't gonna, I don't think that's gonna touch anything. Okay, let's see. Okay. Cute. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a little dab of glue. And for this, if you have these are like tweezers, crafting tweezers. Sometimes that's makes it really easy to help you get these lined up. If you're like me, you got big, dumb fingers, they get in the way. All right. Shoot. This is moving. Stay. Did you do the wrong side? No. I probably need some more glue. Okay, I'm gonna put a little more glue on there. if I did those backwards or not. I think they're all right. Okay, see, so now I need another polka dot up here. Maybe up here. Oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry. Oh, we didn't do these yet. Let's see. Is there any other pieces I'm missing? I think that was it. Okay, so these these are gonna go on the eggs like that. All right. And then I'll probably do a bow. Let me see what color I have. All my spring colors are like this thicker. I don't know if this will look right. Or maybe, let's see. I have this blue. Might go with this glasses. I need to get some, I think it's 3/8. I don't have really a lot of 3/8 ribbon. Well, let's see what it looks like. Okay, so easiest way to tie a bow. It's kind of just like, I guess, tying your shoes. You're just gonna make 2 bunny ears and then cross it over and pull it through, and then you can adjust it. However big or small you want it to be. Super simple. What do you think? That might be cute. It's that, or this is like too thick. The only other small one I have is green. I don't think that'll look good either. Maybe I'll come back in with a darker blue to match that. Okay, so for this one, I'm just gonna cut it at an angle. Yeah, maybe I'll change that color of blue. Let's see. That might match that better. We're just winging it here. Okay. Let's see if this matches that better. Yeah. Cute. Oh, I got a little on the nose. So you can change your mind. Just go over it with a different color. Now that all matches little glasses. And I got a little blue on the nose. So I'm just gonna use a baby wipe or a Q-tip. Clean that up. Okay, so I have my hot glue gun going because I need it for the lights. So just put a little dab of, I guess you could put it on wherever you want it. Or you can put it on the bow. And just stick her on there. I think I got a little too much glue on there. Excuse me. Man. I'm starting to wonder if I'm getting a cold. Because this scratchy throat won't go away. Okay, I love that. That's cute. So cute. Okay, so this part is done. And now we just have to worry about the lights. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is oh shoot. I guess I didn't have enough glue on there. Okay, better let this dry. I am going to trace this with my little globe thing so I get the right size. And you don't need to come down here because there's no holes down here. And then we'll just be gluing this. I'm probably gonna get paint on this. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's gonna fit inside and you're not gonna see this, so. Excuse me, sorry. Get some of this paint out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way so I don't get it all over everything. Okay, cleaning my space up a little bit. Okay, so what am I gonna do here? I'm gonna glue this one to the base. So just go around with a little bit of glue. And I honestly don't know if it matters which one is in which position. I guess we're gonna find out. I never paid attention to that. And this is the first time I put this one together, so. Okay, so, let's see, hopefully this is dry. It's still moving around a little bit, but I think I can flip it over. And then I'm gonna glue this one to this side. So then I know where to glue that vellum. Okay, so you can just line it up. Try to line it up. Okay, and then this just goes inside of here. Okay, so I'm just gonna put glue around here. And stick it in there. Oh. Okay. Trim that off because it wasn't fitting in there right. Okay, so while that dries, then we can do our lights. And real quick, I'm just going to glue the base pieces together so those are ready when we're done. We're getting close. Just make sure that you line those up, and you can stick it in here just to make sure, because if you don't have it lined up right, then it's not going to fit in there properly. Okay. Do I have that right? Yeah. Okay, so let that dry. Okay, so this is my first time doing this way, so let's see how it works out. Let me find the cap to my glue. There it is. And then this is just a 20 count light. These are white. I think this is 20. Let me take this apart. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, only 14 holes, but that won't matter with the vellum. It will still help with the lighting. So supposedly you can just kind of line, you could just kind of wad it up and put it on there, but I'm going to do this where I glue it to these spots. One very important part is to put your lights through the hole first. So you'll come through the back and pull your lights through, because that prevents you from having your, having to figure out how to, so you don't have to have it like through here. That's the purpose of the hole. And then let's see. I forgot about this part. So these you can find at the Dollar Tree. I also have a big pack that I bought on Amazon a long time ago. But this is just to hold your light pack. So you can just put 1 or 2 of these on here. And then I just put it on that and stick it on there. This makes it easy, so when you need to replace the battery, you can just pull it off. So I'm just going to do 1. Okay, so back to this. So now I'm going to use my little finger cover, and I'm just going to go around and put some glue. And hopefully this is as fast as it seems. So I'm just going to do a few at a time. So you can just glue your light to that spot. Use this to press it in there. It's kind of annoying to have that hang in there, but okay. And I'm just going to keep doing that all the way around. Did I make sure these lights work? That'd be bad. Okay, they work. Okay. So you could do probably 2, 3, 4 of these at a time. This is hot, so it doesn't get hard super fast. So you can just put the lights where those circles are. Oh. And they don't have to be perfect. You're still going to see the light from them. At least, I hope. And it doesn't really matter what order you go in. Oh, moved too soon. And your wires can overlap, that's not a big deal. Doesn't really matter, you're not gonna see that. Oh, you use glue dots? How's that? Does that work well? I think I have some glue dots, I haven't tried that. I used to use those for scrapbooking, so I probably have some if they're still good. Might have to give that a try. That'd be good, probably easier for a class. Than everybody having a glue gun. Okay. So then I think I'm just gonna okay, I'll have to try that. I'm just gonna glue these down. This excess around the outside. Just so it's not in the way. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay. So, some of them are pretty good. Some of them not so much. I need to turn this one up. So you probably want to make sure your light's facing up. That one somehow got upside down. Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks, Holly. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, you can cut if you need only 13 lights, but you have a 20 light strand, you can cut them off and it won't affect the rest of the lights. Duh, I knew that, but I forgot. Okay, so that's not, I like that. Kind of gives it more of a diffused light than a bright light sticking through there. I'll show you the difference. Let's see, is this one? So this is the other one that I did. So see how much brighter the lights are. So it just depends on what you like. I don't mind this. I think I might, I don't know, I'll have to take a look at it. I think I might like the bright lights better, but it's not too bad. All right. Well, that's that. I gotta glue this together still. Let's do that really quick. So I'm not sure about the paper. I don't know. Have you tried it with the paper, Holly? With the vellum or rice paper? This is my first time doing that, so it's hard. Can't really see. Okay, that's not too bad. So it's not too, it just makes the lights a little duller. So you can get that lined up. Yeah, it just kind of diffuses it. I think the idea was that you could not have to glue the lights to each spot to save time, but I don't know if I like it as well. It's not bad, but I don't know. I kind of think I like that better. All right. So now, just gonna pop it in the stand. And you can glue this in if you want, or you can just leave it. Hi, Mandy. Thank you. Super cute, right? So I'm gonna list this today. I gotta get a picture of the finished bunny. And then I'll put it on my Etsy so that you can buy it, and it'll come with the lights, and that's it. It's not going to come with the glue or paint or anything like that. I just sell the blank. So you can do your own ribbon, pick your own colors, obviously. And I'm not going to include that vellum either. I'm just going to include the lights. So if you want that, I bought this on Amazon. It was in a bigger pack, but I think you can probably buy the 30 sheets if you want. But yeah, super cute. Love it. I think people will really like this one. So there's some other ones. I don't know if there was a leprechaun snow globe. I don't know about that. I haven't decided yet. I haven't got that file, so. But I do have some other bunnies to paint, and if you've seen the window interchangeable, I have some of those to paint, so I may come back on here and paint tomorrow. Kevin will be gone, so I'll have the house to myself, me and the doggies. So I might just come on live tomorrow and paint. It's gonna be raining, so won't have much else to do. But this one is listed if you like this one. There's still a little time to enjoy winter. And I'll get that bunny listed later today. And I will download this and upload it to my YouTube, so it'll stay on there forever. You don't have to worry when this, because in 30 days this video will not be in the group anymore, but you'll be able to go on the YouTube. So I'll get that information put on there. And if you guys have any other things that you want to see, feel free to comment or send me a message. I'd love to know what you guys want to see, or videos that you want me to do, whatever might be helpful. All right, happy Friday. I'll see you guys later.